seat of the UFO. For round 1, we're going to start with chain 2. So here's 1 chain and 2 chains. And then insert 8 single crochets into that second chain from your hook. If you'd like to use the magic ring method, you are welcome to do that. Just insert 8 single crochets into a magic ring. After you finish round 1, we're going to move to round 2, where we increase all the way around. So starting in that first single crochet, we're going to insert 2 single crochets for an increase. And let's do our second increase. 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Third increase. And all the way around. At the end of round 2, you should have 16 stitches all the way around. Now for round 3, we're going to single crochet and then increase all the way around. That'll be a total of 8 times. And if you'd like, you can go ahead and add a yarn scrap to keep track of your rounds. So here I put it at the very front of the round, and that'll show me where I'll need to stop when I come all the way around. So here's 1 single crochet, and then an increase in the next stitch. 1 single crochet, increase in the next stitch. Single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, and we're working all the way around in this manner. Now that you finish round 3, we're ready to start on round 4. For round 4 all the way to round 8, you are simply going to single crochet around. We're not increasing, we're not decreasing. Just work 1 single crochet in each stitch. So, shifting my yarn marker here, I'm going to start in that first stitch and single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next, and all the way around. And by doing these straight rounds, you're going to see the seat of your UFO take shape vertically. We are going to meet back at the end of round 8 when you have all of those single crochets done. Here is a look at round 8 complete. As you can see, we've got some height to our seat now, and for round 9, we're going to change colors to a light gray instead. The way I like to change colors is to finish off the very last stitch of the previous color with the new color. So let's pull through with the light gray. And now let's start on the new round. For round 9, you're simply going to single crochet all the way around. And what I'm doing here is I'm holding the tails of the yarn ends so that they're naturally woven in. After you finish round 9, you can go ahead and fasten off the first color you used. So I'm going to fasten off the dark gray. We no longer need that. And you may be tempted to turn your piece inside out. You see the right side in here, and this is the wrong side currently. So in Amigurumi, we would typically turn it right side out, but here we're going to actually keep the seat the way it is. We're not going to turn the piece right side out. Instead of doing that, we're just going to continue working on the exterior. So the reason why is because all of this will be covered by the exterior of the ship, and you will only see the inside of this piece when you are done. So we want the right side to be inside. For the exterior, we're going to start round 10 with 2 single crochets and then an increase all the way around. We're going to work in back loops only for this round, meaning instead of crocheting in both loops like you see here, you're going to go into only the loop farther away from you. So here's the back loop, and up here is the front loop. Now I'm only going to crochet into the back loop here for this entire round, round 10, and I'm going to start with 2 single crochets and an increase in this next stitch. Repeat that around. 2 single crochets and an increase. 2 single crochets, increase, and all the way around. Here's round 10 complete. We've worked all the way around in back loops only. From here on out, we're going to continue working through both loops like normal. So let's go back to working into both loops. For round number 11, we're going to single crochet 3 and then increase all the way around. So in this first stitch, go through both loops like normal. Single crochet 1, 2, and 3, and then increase in the next stitch. And let's repeat that all the way around 8 times. 1, 2, 3 single crochets and increase in the next stitch. 1, 2, 3 single crochets and then an increase. 1, 2, 3, increase. Alright, here's round 11 complete. For round 12, we're going to go ahead and single crochet 4 and then increase. Let me show you how to start off here. Single crochet 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then in the next stitch, you're going to increase. So put 2 single crochets in the same stitch and repeat that around. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now an increase. For round 13, we're going to single crochet 5 and then increase all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets, and in the next stitch, an increase. Let's repeat that all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 stitches, and in the next stitch an increase, and so forth. Now for round 14, we're going to single crochet around, insert a single crochet in each stitch, and now for round number 15, we're going to once again single crochet around, but this time work in back loops only. So here I'm going into that back loop, the one farther from me, and I'm going to make my single crochet. I'm going to do the same for each stitch around, working only into the back loops. Here I have single crocheted all the way around in back loops only. As you can see, the front loop is showing here. Here's an unworked front loop, for example, and you can see that it creates that little ridge there. We're going to be using that to crochet the outer or the middle ring of the UFO later. All right. So let's go ahead and finish the body of this UFO, or the exterior part. We're now going to work on a series of decreases going down. For round 16, we're going to start with 5 single crochets and then a decrease 8 times around. So let me show you how that looks. We're going to single crochet 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we're going to make a decrease. So I like to use the invisible decrease method, not only because it looks neater, but because it's easier for me to do. So I'm going to insert my hook through the front loop here of the next stitch, and then into the front loop of the stitch after that. Yarn over, pull through both loops, yarn over, pull through both loops again. And that's that for the invisible decrease. You're welcome to do a normal decrease if you want to, or you could do what I'm doing right here. Let's single crochet 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let me show you that invisible decrease again. Go into both front loops, pull through, and finish your single crochet. Single crochet 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then go through both front loops here. Oops. Pull through and finish that decrease, or that single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And go through those front loops, finish that stitch. Remember to go all the way around for a total of 8 times, and then we'll meet back for the next round. Now for round 17, we're going to single crochet 4 and then decrease. So here, I'm going to go into that next stitch, single crochet 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then a decrease. Oops. And repeat that all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets, and let's make our next decrease. Now for round 18, we're going to continue working in this sequence of decreases. Single crochet 3 and then decrease. So that's 1, 2, 3 single crochets, and now I'm going to work my decrease. Single crochet 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and then decrease. And continue working this way all the way around. With these decreases, your UFO is going to naturally take shape and kind of curve down towards the bottom here. As you can see, the seat is being enveloped by the exterior of the UFO. Let's continue working along. For this next round, round number 19, we're going to single crochet 2 and then decrease, repeating that all the way around. Single crochet 2 and decrease, like so, and all the way around. And let's meet back for round number 20. Alright, round 20, we're simply going to single crochet and then decrease all the way around. Single crochet and decrease. Work around, single crochet and decrease. For a total of 16 stitches in this round. With round 20 complete, you will now have a very frumpy looking UFO. What you'll do now is to stuff the bottom of the UFO and make it appear more rounded. Now you'll want to do it lightly because you don't want to puff out the seat. You need the seat to be in this shape so that your alien can actually sit inside. So I'm going to very carefully just lightly stuff my UFO's bottom. And as I'm doing that, I use my fingers to kind of round out the bottom a little more. This will give it a nice shape. And before you finish completely, make sure that seat is still pushed down. That way your alien does have a spot to sit in, otherwise your alien won't be able to fit inside. Alright. And when you feel like your UFO is stuffed well enough, go ahead and finish off with the last round of the exterior. For this last round, round 21, you're simply going to decrease all the way around for a total of 8 stitches. And for this final round of decreases, I find it easiest for myself personally to use the regular decrease. So I would just go into the first stitch, pull through a loop, go into the next stitch, pull through a loop, and then yarn over, go through all 3 loops. That's a regular decrease, and I'm going to repeat that for the next few pairs of stitches. Here's my 3rd decrease, my 4th decrease, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. And once you are all done with that last 8th stitch, you're going to fasten off with a long tail that you will use for sewing the opening closed later. Now, while I was crocheting that last round, my UFO got terribly misshapen. So my alien can't even sit in here now unless I push it out. So let me make that seat a proper seat again, and make sure the bottom is stuffed appropriately. always good to kind of check on the stuffing here. And that's that for the exterior. We're going to meet back later to go through and crochet the upper part, the middle ring, and the little feet for your UFO.